with Gabi Natale a little bit later today, some minutes past 9 a.m. If this is the first time you're joining in, bienvenidos. Welcome to Live with Gabi Natale from the closet, and we're honoring our title today here from my closet. This is our 15 minutes every day to create our mini oasis, set our intentions, and start the day with the right food. As I tell you every day, we are simulcasting in different platforms. We're simulcasting in Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram, on YouTube. So buenos dias, good morning to everyone on LinkedIn, on YouTube, on Twitter, on Twitch, on Instagram, on Facebook. It's so good to have you. Caroline, good morning. Gabi, ¿cómo estás? How are you, Caroline? How are you, Liliana? How is everybody? Tania Carter, saludos desde Denver. Hello, Denver. Welcome. I think it's probably really cold today in Denver, right? But I don't know. I imagine in my mind all the landscapes and the sightseeings, and seems like a wonderful place in my mind to spend the weekend. Like teletransport myself to Denver and enjoy the nature and everything that Denver has to offer. So buenos dias. How is everyone doing? Today we have a very interesting topic. That is the warrior in you. And this is based on my book, The Virtuous Circle. As you know, The Virtuous Circle is everything that I've learned from interviewing superachievers and pioneers from all walks of life throughout a decade. And the Virtuous Circle has 7 archetypes that live inside all of us and that I've seen in these super successful people. And the archetype that I want to talk about today is an archetype that I saw that is so strong in these people, but that lives inside all of us. And it's the archetype of the warrior. And what is the warrior? The warrior in you is the one that allows you to persevere. Is that resilience that comes when you think that you cannot give one more step, and somehow you find that strength. You find that determination to make an extra call, to wake up and do the things that you have to do the day that you don't feel like doing it, to not give up when you feel that there's no hope. That is the warrior in you. That is the archetype. That is the force that lives inside of you. So today we're going to talk a little bit about the archetype, the warrior in you, and how these inner battles, the things that we're going through inside when we connect with our inner warrior, affect how we act on the outside. How these inner things that we're feeling when we are struggling with ourselves to persevere or to, conquer something, how that inner dialogue and thought process affects us and how we are acting outside. So that is today's topic. I think it's a wonderful topic for a Friday because we have Saturday and Sunday to kind of think about all these things that we're going to talk about today and let them marinate, let them, grow inside of us. And we're going to go a little bit deep today. So I think it's a wonderful thing that we have a couple of days to think about it. So having said that, we're going to start like every day. We have our opening credits. Live with Gabi Natale starts in 20 seconds right after these opening credits. There has never been a better time to be a pioneer than right now. Diversity is beautiful. Thank you. Good morning, everyone. Bienvenidos. If you just joined, this is Live with Gabi Natale from my closet. And today's topic is the warrior in you, how inner battles and outside actions are connected. And as I said, this is based on my book, The Virtuous Circle. Now, I just mentioned that the warrior is one of the archetypes of the virtuous circle. And to make it, to make a big idea that is a little bit shorter for this live, all we're going to say is that the warrior in each of us is the one that allows us to persevere, the one that gives us the resilience we need at a difficult time, the clarity we need when we're about to give up and something tells us, no, you should continue, or the clarity that we have when we choose, to value ourselves for who we are. So we're going to talk about the connection between some of our inner battles, some of the things that might be on our mind, some of the things that might be on our heart, and then how we take it and how do they translate to how we interact with people in the world, So the first thing that I'm going to mention is an inner battle that is so common. The inner battle of my ideas and opinions are valuable. So when you are with yourself and you are thinking about a new idea, or when you are presented with a situation in your life, so you might go to, a place of silence, or when you are thinking with yourself and you're thinking, my ideas and opinions are valuable. But then when you go out to the world, there's a contradiction sometimes between that inner feeling or that inner intention that the inner warrior has for you, that your ideas and your opinions are valuable, and the way you interact with other people. So this is like a mini test, and I think the more honest we all are, the better we can understand how these two relate to each other. So the inner battle is, my ideas and opinions are valuable. And maybe you decided that they are valuable, or maybe you are struggling with the idea of your opinions being valuable. Sometimes you feel they are valuable. Sometimes you're not sure if they are valuable. It's all good. But that's your inner battle, maybe today. So that if that is your inner battle, these are the actions that are going to reveal how you're truly feeling about that battle. So when you go to the outside, you choose to or not to, for example, share your opinion in meetings. If you are somebody who has a pattern of not sharing your opinion in meetings, not sharing your opinion in public, maybe you have to go back inside to your inner warrior and think about if that is a battle that you are winning, if that is something that you have in your heart, and maybe deep down you're having some doubts and thinking, maybe my opinion is not as valuable, maybe my opinion is not a big contribution. I remember when I first started working and I was the youngest one in many meetings, I had this contradiction of feeling, yes, I do believe my opinion is valuable, but then I went to those meetings and I never got the courage to share what was in my mind and in my heart. And then somebody else who was older would say exactly what I had in my mind. And then I would leave those meetings so mad because I didn't share what I had to share. So I had this contradiction between thinking that my opinion was valuable, but being so scared of having it rejected, or so scared of not having validation when I shared it, that it prevented me from sharing it publicly. So remember, the inner battle inside of you might be, my ideas and opinions are valuable. And then the way it expresses when you interact with people is, for example, one example, you share your opinion in meetings or you don't share it. You express your opinions out loud or you don't share it. Or you express, for example, this is another one, you express disagreement with your loved ones, or you don't express it, even when you know you're right, even when you know what you're bringing to the table is something fair, even when you know you're being reasonable, you still don't disagree with people in your life, with your loved ones, or with people that are taking even advantage of you, because you are struggling inside with this one. My ideas and opinions are valuable. Let me read a couple of your comments. Catalina is saying, good morning, Gabi. Good morning, Catalina. Teo is here. Hello, Teo. Good morning. And Jose also. Villalpando from LinkedIn. Hello. Bienvenido. Welcome to all of you who are coming into this space for the first time. Now, this was our first battle. Let's talk about another battle that is very common. The second battle is, I believe in my potential. So you might have that idea in your heart, in your mind, and you might believe it. For example, I believe in my potential, and you have it deeply rooted there in your inner warrior. I believe in my potential. I'm going to persevere because I believe in my potential. Or maybe you have contradictions. Some days you're believing your potential. Some days you're questioning your potentials. Sometimes you don't believe at all in your potential. So let's take it one step further. Let's see how this inner battle is affecting the way you interact with other people, and it's affecting the way you make decisions when you go outside. Because at the core of what I'm talking about today is that this inner battle, whatever is going on inside of you, is affecting directly how you're choosing your actions, how you're engaging with others, what opportunities you take or you do not take based on here, based on the inner one. So these two are deeply interconnected. So if your inner battle is, I believe in my potential, let's see how it expresses in the outside world. So the way it expresses is, I choose or I choose not the following: to seek opportunities that will show my talent to the world. So think about how you are pursuing your everyday life, how you are interacting your everyday life, how you're planning, how you're setting your priorities every day, because that is going to reveal how your inner battle is going. The inner battle we're talking about today, I believe in my potential. So do you choose or you choose not to? For example, seek opportunities that will show your talent to the world. Are you seeking those opportunities or are you avoiding to seek those opportunities? Are you taking on challenges based on your aptitude or on your experience? That's two different things. You can take on challenges that are based on your experience, and that is more of a playing it safe. Or you can take on challenges, you still take the ones that are based in your experience, but you can in addition take on challenges that are based in your aptitude, so that you can expand your world, so that this potential that you think you have or that you have is going to start expressing, because you're going to start trying new things that are going to let you evolve. So are you going to the safe bets, the safe decisions, the safe everyday challenges, or are you taking on new ones who are going to allow you to express that potential? And then another thing is, how are you setting your priorities? If you have this inner battle, I believe in my potential. Every day we set priorities. And so many times what's urgent is taking the place of what is important. Why? Because it's urgent. But if you feel that everyday decisions that you are taking, everyday actions that you are taking are revealing that your potential is not your priority, and that this inner battle, I believe in my potential, is not being expressed consistently in your everyday actions, then it's time to reassess. Maybe it's time to say, I'm going to be honest with myself. I'm not making decisions that reflect that my potential is one of my priorities. I'm not making decisions every day because I am procrastinating, or because I'm too scared to make these decisions, or because I fear rejection if I put myself out there, or because I am having doubts about my own capability or my own potential to take on these challenges. So this is the connection that we want to talk about today. The connection between the inner battle, which could be, I believe in my potential, and you can have the intention, but you can have contradictions, and how that expresses in the outer world. That is something that we have to connect the dots, because sometimes when we go outside, we do certain actions, and when we tell ourselves the story, we tell a story that contradicts the way we act. And if you're seeing a contradiction, and we're human, we are filled with contradictions. If we are abundant in something, that is contradictions. So there's nothing wrong with having them. The point is paying attention on what is happening between what you tell yourself and what you go outside and do in the world, because when there's no cohesive path or there's no coherence, there might be something that is not connected between those two. And it's our work every day to kind of take the time and figure out what is it that is not resonating between how I am feeling and how I'm thinking about myself, and then how I act when I go outside the world. Maria Tello Carty says, very intelligent, well said, empowering. Thank you. Liliana say, I think taking risks on things we strongly believe allows us to see our potential. Yes, I think you're taking those risks also because inside of you believe in your potential. So I think they it kind of fits each other. It's like the chicken and the egg, because you see your potential, you have that courage to take on that challenge, and when you take on that challenge, you discover that maybe you even have more potential than you thought about when you first started that journey. So sometimes it's a chicken and an egg situation, but the problem is when you don't take action, when it's all on your mind and you regurgitate and start thinking about these things over and over, but you never take action because you're always doing things, but only in your mind. And you never really discover what you're capable of because you don't execute. And there's nothing wrong with executing and making mistakes. There's nothing wrong with executing and having false starts. There's nothing wrong with executing and figuring out that maybe I thought I really wanted something, but now I'm executing and it doesn't make me happy. So I better change, and I change direction, or I change profession, or I change. But if you never execute, if you never give it a try, then it's something that you're never going to realize. So thank you, Liliana, for sharing. Bill Gatto, oh wow, the warrior archetype and how to use it for success. Definitely gonna get your book, Gabi. Great work. Thank you so much. Yes, the archetype, Bill, is when I did all my research and I keep interviewing incredible people. The warrior archetype is something that I've seen so strong and so strongly expressed in so many of the people that I've interviewed, these super achievers, these pioneers, because they truly had to believe in their inner warrior and in their own potential so much that they made every day a deliberate decision to bet on themselves, to grow their inner warrior, to do the inner work it takes for them to go outside in the world and be very coherent between their inner knowing that they were strong, that their potential was incredible, and their actions. Josue Martinez saying, this is good. It's so easy to fall back and go in auto mode. But keeping this in mind will help me make little changes that are meaningful in the long run. Thank you. Caroline is saying, learn to be assertive and don't be afraid to speak your mind. You will be surprised who you can touch. Absolutely. You never know who will need that opinion, that action, that thing that you're holding on in a meeting, or that you're holding on from saying in public. You never know who is going to need that message. Believing yourself is a superpower. Absolutely. So I'm going to do a recap, and then I'm going to leave you some, homework to think about during the weekend. So let's do the recap. Today's topic is the warrior in you, how inner battles and outside actions are connected. So we talk about the archetype of the warrior from the virtuous circle. So let's say we have this inner battle. My ideas and opinions are valuable. How does it reflect in the world? Every time we interact, look for the pattern. I choose or I do not choose to, for example, share my opinion in meetings, express those opinions out loud, or express disagreement with my loved ones when I know I'm being reasonable. Inner battle number 2, I believe in my potential. That's what you have in your heart. You might be knowing it, you might be believing it, or you might be questioning it. It's all good. It's a process. The thing is, how does this express in your everyday life? You choose or you choose not to seek opportunities that will show your talent. Are you seeking those opportunities or are you avoiding those opportunities? How are you making decisions every day that show that this is your priority? And here's what I think could be a nice homework. What if your inner battle right now was, I deserve to be loved? What if your inner battle right now, the thing that you have in your heart, that you're believing or that you're questioning, is, I deserve to be loved? Now, and here's what I have. It's your homework. Think about it over the weekend if you want. What would be the actions when you interact with others that will reveal if you choose or you choose not to act based on this principle? How would somebody who believes that deserves to be loved would interact with other people? How would somebody who feels that deserves to be loved set boundaries with people around him or around her? How would someone who believes or knows that deserves to be loved would date? How would somebody who knows that deserves to be loved would set their limits with their children or with their significant one? How would somebody who truly believes that deserves to be loved engage with everyone in everyday life? So that's food for thought. I'm not going to give you any answers. You can have more of these examples in the book if you like it, when we talk about the warrior, but it's truly food for thought. Now you know that there's a connection between whatever inner battle you're having right now and how you are expressing your actions every day in your life. So think about, what is the inner battle that you have today with you? Today we discussed about the potential. Today we discussed about valuing our opinions. And now this is another one. I deserve to be loved. If that is your inner battle, how would you engage in your everyday actions, in your everyday interactions with other people and with yourself? If you say, I deserve to be loved, how would you make your everyday life and health choices? You deserve to love yourself. How does this express in your everyday health habits? Everything is related. Catalina is saying, the book is amazing, Gabby. Each chapter is a masterclass. Thank you so much, Catalina. I'm so happy that you are enjoying the book. So people, we are way over. Like every day, I end up saying the same because I like to speak so much. So let's go to our everyday affirmations, people. Remember, as we say every day, Oscar is saying, Oscar Sagal, totally blown away with this approach. Greatness. Thank you. I love it that you find it useful. It's a way to keep yourself in check. Think about, what is your inner battle? How are you expressing this in the world? And if you're expressing in the world something that doesn't reflect your inner knowing, your inner battle, whatever you're going through, then it's time to reassess. So we are going to our affirmations. Remember, your uniqueness is your gift to this world. Your uniqueness is your gift to this world. There's nothing to be ashamed. You are fantastic as you are. Your uniqueness is your gift to this world. The second one, for all of you who are starting something new, who have a new project, a new business, a new study, a new opportunity, remember, inner voice over outer noise. And then remember that when you open yourself up to the world opens itself up back to you. Enjoy your weekend. Los quiero mucho. Go nurture that inner warrior. See you on Monday.